Hi, in this video I'll show you my approach for making R&B guitar loops. Why should you listen to me about this topic? I made an R&B guitar loop for an artist called Fido and the song has over 3 million streams. I also made an R&B loop for Russ and the song has over 13 million streams. And I also did over 40,000 in sales on BeatStars. I first want to show you 7 of my favorite chords or chord shapes. Also in R&B it can be really nice to add some hammer-ons or pull-offs or both. So I'll also show how you can embed those in these chords. The first one is a minor 7 chord. You can play it here or you can play it here. You probably know these. And with the higher one you can do hammer-ons and pull-offs like that. The major 7 you can do a hammer-on like this. And you can also play it here. Or you could do something like this or here. I tend to stick the most to this one or this one. Generally speaking, I like the voicings the most where the third of the chord is on top. Next one is minor 9. This one is of course super cool. And I also like this one a lot. Then there's the major 9. This one's super cool. Then the dominant 7. Or here. Last but not least, the dominant 7 sharp 5. Next I want to show you my 6 favorite chord progressions. The first one is E minor, B minor, A minor. And what you also could do is if you're at the B minor, add B flat minor in between and then go to A minor. The next one is D minor 7, E minor, F major. And for some extra tension you could change the E minor 7 to a E dominant 7. So this is the minor one. Now I'm going to the dominant. You can also switch this one around, then you get this. Another cool one is this one. A minor, E minor, F, D. You could also stay on the F. Next up, a bit similar as the previous one. Start on the F, go to D, then to A minor, and then go to C dominant. And this one pulls you back to the F again. Last but not least, D major 7, A minor, G major 7. And if you want to go really crazy, you could also go D major, A major, B flat major. There's something happening here where we're actually in D major and then taking the A minor chord, which is the chord from D minor basically, and then going back to the G major. And the B flat major is also from the D minor key. This is a concept called Modal Interchange. And for R&B loops, I typically like to be in a major key. So in this case, D major, and switch up the 4, 5 and the 6 chord. Take those from the minor key, so from D minor. Alright, that's it for the chords. Let's talk about the right hand. Sometimes I do stuff with a pick, sometimes with my fingers. Most of the time it's an arpeggio kind of thing. Go from the bottom of the chord to the top of the chord. You could also do this with your fingers. Second thing you can do is just lay down the chords. You can also do a combination of the two. So I'm doing an arpeggio first, and then I'm just strumming the whole chord. What you also could do is go a bit more staccato. To get this sound, basically what I'm doing is, as soon as I'm hitting the chord, as soon as possible after, I release the tension with my left hand. Alright, let's talk about the sound and the processing. For my electric guitar, I always use my Kemper, but you can use any software or real amp you want. The concept is basically the same. Before my amp, I always have a small compressor. My amp of choice, or profile rather, is the Reverb profile from Fender. Sometimes I like to add a chorus or a rotary speaker. This is the dry signal. This is with a chorus. And this is the rotary speaker. Sometimes I add it post as well. It has a bit of a different sound because now you're adding the effect and then going into the amplifier instead of applying it on top of the amplifier. Yeah, let's look at acoustic guitar as well. For acoustic guitar, I always record with a microphone. I use the Slate ML2. I have a lot of acoustic treatment here, as you can see behind me, and it's all around me as well. That really helps to not have a bunch of resonance and stuff you don't want. I always point the mic at the 12th fret. Just by ear, I set the distance, and that would be around somewhere like this from the guitar. If it's possible, and with this guitar it is, I always record the direct output as well. The combination of those two sounds really good to me. So you've got a more of an organic sound from the mic and a super direct sound from the direct output. You do have to check your phase. Maybe you have to flip the phase of one or the other and see if your bottom end still is there. Then with mixing, I always add some EQ to get rid of the low end and sometimes of some of the high end as well. Sometimes it's necessary to add some soothe to get rid of the high peaks. If I need some more compression, I typically grab the CLA guitar from Waves. Most of the time it's the push option on there. Some other cool stuff I like to do is play the loop at half speed, so super slow, and then use the Logic Flex speed option to make it twice as fast again, so normal speed, and then it will pitch it up 1 octave as well, but it sounds super natural. And it sounds way better than if I would record it normally and then pitch it up 1 octave polyphonic, for example. Also the Murda Melodies is really nice. I use this one to pitch it down an octave, and this one has a nice jitter option, which gives it a bit of an underwater sound. Maybe add a spreader as well, or sometimes stereo record the guitars can also be cool. Last but not least is the reverb. To add some room, I also grabbed the Murda Melodies plugin, and they have some room option thing there. I love that sound as well. If I want to get some more depth and some more reverb, I grabbed the Vintage Verb from Valhalla. Thanks for watching. I've got a bunch more I can tell about this, but I try to make it as compact as possible. Let me know what was interesting, what wasn't, and where you maybe want to hear some more information about. All right, cheers.